the ancient Egyptians had diamond-cutting technology, well then, history would have to be rewritten.
Embark on a mind-bending journey through time as we explore the astonishing world of ancient technologies that are reshaping our understanding of human innovation. From Greece to China, Egypt to India, uncover long-forgotten marvels that eerily mirror today's cutting-edge AI and robotics. Delve into a past where mechanical wonders and automated systems challenged our perceptions of technological progress. Join us as we decode these ancient enigmas, blurring the lines between historical fact and futuristic vision, and reveal a legacy of human ingenuity more advanced and interconnected than we ever dared to imagine. Prepare to have your assumptions shattered as we unveil how these ancient pioneers may have laid the groundwork for our AI-driven future, centuries before the digital age. Number 10. The Antikythera mechanism. In the annals of ancient technology, few artifacts ignite the imagination quite like the Antikythera mechanism. This marvel of engineering, discovered in 1901 off the coast of a tiny Greek island, has left modern scientists awestruck and prompted a re-evaluation of what we thought we knew about ancient technological capabilities. Dating back to around 100 BC, this intricate device serves as a testament to the ingenuity of our ancestors. At first glance, it might appear to be nothing more than a corroded lump of metal, but beneath its weathered exterior lies a complex system of gears and dials that rivals the sophistication of 18th century Swiss watches. The Antikythera mechanism wasn't just a pretty piece of machinery, it was the world's first known analog computer. What is its primary function? To predict astronomical phenomena with astonishing accuracy. This ancient Greek invention could calculate and display the movements of celestial bodies, forecast solar and lunar eclipses, and even track the 4-year cycle of athletic games, including the ancient Olympics. What's truly mind-boggling is the level of precision achieved by its creators. The mechanism's gear teeth were cut to a precision of a fraction of a millimeter, a feat that wouldn't be replicated until the rise of mechanical watchmaking over a millennium later. The discovery of the Antikythera mechanism has forced historians to reconsider the technological capabilities of ancient civilizations. It suggests a level of scientific and engineering knowledge that was previously thought to have been beyond the reach of societies at that time. In many ways, this ancient computer draws parallels with modern AI systems. Both represent attempts to model and predict complex phenomena, albeit using vastly different methods. While AI uses algorithms and data processing, the Antikythera mechanism relies on precisely crafted gears and mathematical models of celestial movements. Number 9. Heron's automata. Long before the age of smartphones and smart homes, an ancient inventor was pushing the boundaries of automation and robotics. Meet Heron of Alexandria, a Greek polymath who lived in the 1st century AD and whose creations would make even modern engineers raise an eyebrow in admiration. Heron, also known as Hero, was the mastermind behind a series of inventions collectively known as Heron's automata. These weren't just simple machines, they were the ancestors of today's robots and automated systems. In an era when most people couldn't fathom the concept of self-operating devices, Heron was bringing them to life. One of his most famous creations was a mechanical theater. Picture this: a miniature stage where figurines moved, props changed, and scenes shifted, all without human intervention. This wasn't just entertainment, it was a demonstration of complex mechanics and precise engineering that wouldn't be out of place in a modern theme park. But Heron didn't stop there. He also invented automatic doors that would open when worshippers approached temple altars. Using heat and pneumatics, these doors seemed to open by divine command, leaving visitors in awe. It's not hard to draw parallels between these and the sensor-operated doors we use today. Perhaps most impressively, Heron created a programmable cart, arguably the world's first robot. This three-wheeled device could carry out a sequence of predetermined actions, moving forward and backward, all powered by a falling weight that activated strings wrapped around the axle. What makes Heron's work truly remarkable is how he combined different scientific principles, pneumatics, hydraulics, and mechanics, to create his automata. He understood concepts like air pressure, steam power, and gear ratios, applying them in ways that wouldn't become commonplace for centuries. In many ways, Heron's automata embody the same principles that drive modern AI and robotics. They represent an early attempt to create machines that could operate independently, respond to stimuli, and perform complex tasks. Number 8. Chinese South-Pointing Chariot. Within the extensive collection of historical inventions, the Chinese South-Pointing Chariot is a singular example of inventiveness that still fascinates contemporary researchers. This remarkable invention, dating back to the Han Dynasty around 2,000 years ago, showcases the brilliance of ancient Chinese engineering and foreshadows the navigation technologies we rely on today. At first glance, the South-Pointing Chariot might seem like a simple wooden cart with a figurine on top. But don't be fooled by its unassuming appearance. This device was a mechanical marvel that could maintain its orientation regardless of the twists and turns of the journey. The key to its magic? A sophisticated system of differential gears that kept the figurine's arm consistently pointing south, no matter which direction the chariot moved. What's truly mind-blowing is that this ancient Chinese invention utilized principles of mechanical engineering that wouldn't be rediscovered in the West until the 16th century. The differential gear system, crucial for the chariot's function, is the same mechanism used in modern automobiles to allow wheels to rotate at different speeds when turning. But why create such a device? In ancient China, determining cardinal directions was of utmost importance for everything from city planning to military strategy. The south-pointing chariot served as a mobile compass, aiding in navigation and spatial orientation long before the magnetic compass became widely used. The ingenuity of the south-pointing chariot lies in its non-magnetic nature. Unlike a traditional compass, it didn't rely on Earth's magnetic field. Instead, it used purely mechanical means to maintain its orientation, making it an early example of dead-reckoning navigation, a concept still used in modern GPS systems when satellite signals are unavailable. The south-pointing chariot shares many of the same concepts as modern AI-powered navigation systems. Both seek to offer trustworthy guidance while accommodating variations in movement and orientation. Although contemporary systems rely on intricate algorithms and satellite data, the ancient chariot's ingenious mechanical design produced comparable outcomes. Number 7. Al-Jazari's Automata. Step into the world of 12th century Islamic innovation, where a brilliant mind was crafting machines that would leave modern engineers in awe. Meet Al-Jazari, the Leonardo da Vinci of the medieval Islamic world, whose creations were so advanced they seem to have leapt straight out of a steampunk fantasy. Al-Jazari wasn't just an inventor, he was a visionary who pushed the boundaries of what was possible with mechanics and engineering. His magnum opus, the Book of Knowledge of Ingenious Mechanical Devices, is a treasure trove of technological wonders that were centuries ahead of their time. Among Al-Jazari's most impressive creations were his humanoid automata, robots that could perform specific tasks with uncanny precision. One of his most famous inventions was a drink-serving waitress. This automated server would appear at social gatherings, offering drinks to guests at predetermined intervals. The best part is that with some programming, the robot could be made to serve different drinks at different times, demonstrating an early example of sequential programming, which is essential to modern computing. Al-Jazari's genius didn't stop there. He created an automated hand-washing device with a flush mechanism, a precursor to modern plumbing systems. This device featured a humanoid automaton that would dispense water for hand washing and even offer a towel afterward. Perhaps his most complex creation was the elephant clock, a water-powered timekeeping device that incorporated multiple cultural elements and automated figures. Every half hour, this elaborate clock would spring to life, with birds chirping, serpents hissing, and a mahout striking a cymbal. What's truly remarkable about Al-Jazari's work is how it laid the groundwork for concepts we now associate with AI and robotics. His use of variable programming, hydraulics, and intricate gear systems to create responsive, task-performing machines mirrors the principles behind modern robots and automated systems. Al-Jazari's automata weren't just mechanical marvels, they were a fusion of art, engineering, and cultural expression. His work reminds us that the roots of our most cutting-edge technologies often stretch back centuries, connecting us to a legacy of human ingenuity that spans cultures and epochs. Number 6. The Baghdad Battery. Tech enthusiasts, fasten your seatbelts because we are going to explore a discovery that literally took the scientific community by surprise. A fascinating ancient relic that is causing us to rewrite the history of electricity is the Baghdad Battery. Unearthed in 1938 near Baghdad, Iraq, this unassuming clay pot is no ordinary piece of pottery. Dating back to somewhere between 150 BC and 223 AD, the Baghdad Battery has sparked a firestorm of debate in the archaeological community. Why? Because this simple-looking jar might just be the world's first battery, predating Alessandro Volta's invention by over 1,500 years. The device consists of a clay jar containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod. When filled with an acidic solution like vinegar or wine, it could potentially generate a small electric current. Now, we're not talking about enough juice to power your smartphone, but it's still an impressive feat for a civilization we once thought had no concept of electricity. This is where the interesting part starts, though. There are a variety of theories regarding the Baghdad Battery's intended use, ranging from the realistic to the fanciful. Some researchers suggest it might have been used for electroplating jewelry, creating a thin gold coating on silver objects. Others propose more medicinal uses like pain relief through rudimentary electrotherapy. The more imaginative theories, well, they involve everything from religious rituals to alien technology. While these far-fetched ideas make for great science fiction, the reality of the Baghdad Battery is exciting enough on its own. What's truly mind-bending about this ancient device is how it challenges our understanding of technological progress. The principles behind the Baghdad Battery are the same ones that power our modern electronic devices. From the chips in our computers to the neural networks driving AI, it all comes back to the flow of electrons, a concept that these ancient inventors seem to grasp, at least on a practical level. The Baghdad Battery serves as a humbling reminder that innovation isn't always a straight line. It suggests that ancient civilizations may have stumbled upon scientific principles that were later forgotten and rediscovered. As we push the boundaries of AI and quantum computing, who knows what other ancient wisdom we might uncover. Number 5. Archimedes' mechanical inventions. We are about to embark on an incredible journey inside the head of one of the greatest minds in history. Introducing Archimedes, the Greek polymath from antiquity who was already making waves and finding solutions to issues before Silicon Valley was even a glimmer in the distant future. Born in Syracuse, Sicily around 287 BC, Archimedes wasn't just your run-of-the-mill smart guy. He was the OG of mechanical engineering, the godfather of physics and the wizard of mathematics, all rolled into one. His inventions were so ahead of their time that they continue to influence modern technology, including the cutting-edge world of AI and robotics. Let's start with the Archimedes screw. This clever device, still in use today, was designed to move water from low-lying areas to higher ground. It's essentially a giant screw inside a hollow tube that, when rotated, can lift water against gravity. Sound familiar? That's because the same principle is used in modern-day pumps and even in some robotic systems for fluid management. But Archimedes was just warming up. Enter the claw of Archimedes, also known as the ship shaker. This massive crane with a grappling hook was said to have been used to defend Syracuse by lifting enemy ships out of the water, shaking them and dropping them back down. While it might sound like something out of a superhero movie, this invention showcased principles of leverage and mechanical advantage that are fundamental to modern robotics and heavy machinery. Archimedes didn't stop at peaceful applications or city defense. He also turned his genius to war machines, creating catapults with adjustable ranges and other siege engines that were the ancient equivalent of smart weapons. These devices required complex calculations and mechanical precision, foreshadowing the computer-controlled weaponry of today. One of Archimedes' most famous contributions was his understanding of levers. His quote, "Give me a place to stand and I shall move the earth," wasn't just bravado. It was based on his profound understanding of mechanical advantage, a principle that's crucial in everything from simple tools to complex robotic arms. Archimedes also laid the groundwork for calculus and made significant advancements in geometry. These mathematical principles are the backbone of modern computer science and AI algorithms. Every time a robot plots a path or an AI system optimizes a process, it's building on the mathematical foundations that Archimedes helped establish. What's truly mind-blowing is how Archimedes achieved all this without computers, advanced materials, or even electricity. He relied on pure intellect, observation, and an uncanny ability to see the world in mathematical terms. In many ways, Archimedes was the world's first human computer, solving complex problems and creating innovations that would take centuries for the rest of the world to fully appreciate. As we marvel at the latest AI breakthroughs and robotic wonders, let's not forget the brilliant mind of Archimedes. His legacy reminds us that the seeds of our most advanced technologies were planted over 2 millennia ago by a man who dared to think beyond the limits of his time. Number 4. Greek automatons and robots. We are going to take you on a journey where ancient Greece meets the Terminator, so get ready to have your mind blown. That's right, we're talking about Greek automatons and robots, the great-great-grandparents of our modern AI companions. When you think of ancient Greece, you might picture toga-clad philosophers debating life's big questions. But hold on to your gyros, because these guys weren't just sitting around philosophizing, they were busy dreaming up and creating machines that would make even Boston Dynamics do a double-take. Let's start with the big brain himself, Aristotle. This philosophical heavyweight wasn't just pondering the nature of reality, he was also speculating about the possibility of automated tools that could work independently of human control. In his work, Politics, Aristotle mused about self-operating machines that could eliminate the need for human labor. Sound familiar? It's like he was peering into a crystal ball and seeing the robot-filled factories of our modern world. But the ancient Greeks didn't stop at theoretical musings. Enter Philon of Byzantium, an engineer who took these ideas and ran with them. Philon designed and built automatons that could perform complex sequences of actions, like a mechanical maid that could mix and pour wine. Talk about a party trick that would impress even the most jaded Olympian god. These Greek automatons weren't just party favors, though. They were sophisticated machines that mimicked human and animal behaviors with uncanny accuracy. We're talking about mechanical birds that could sing and flap their wings, automated theaters where figurines moved and acted out scenes, and even a programmable cart that could follow a predetermined path. It's like the ancient Greeks were creating their own miniature Westworld, minus the existential crises and murderous tendencies. One of the most famous Greek automatons was the flying dove, created by Archytas of Tarentum. This mechanical bird could reportedly fly for several hundred meters, powered by some form of compressed air or internal steam engine. It's like the Wright brothers had a time-traveling Greek ancestor. What's truly mind-bending about these ancient Greek robots is how they embodied the same principles that drive modern AI and robotics. They were designed to respond to stimuli, carry out complex sequences of actions, and even make simple decisions. The ancient Greeks were grappling with the same fundamental questions we face today. Can machines mimic life? Can they think? Can they replace human labor? It is important to keep in mind that we are a part of a technological lineage that dates back more than 2 millennia. Even as we marvel at the newest video from Boston Dynamics or converse with AI language models, though they lacked neural networks and silicon chips, the ancient Greeks were inventive, creative, and possessed a strong curiosity about the potential applications of automated machinery. So the next time you're feeling smug about your smart home or AI assistant, remember this. Somewhere in the Elysian fields, a bunch of ancient Greeks are probably looking down, nudging each other and saying, "Told you so." Number 3. The eerily, hero's engine. Not the 18th century invention by James Watt, mind you. We are going to go back in time to discover the origins of the steam engine. We are going much further back in time to ancient Alexandria, where a man by the name of Hero was going to literally turn the scientific world upside down. Meet the eerily, also known as Hero's engine. This isn't your grandpa's steam engine, it's the great-great-great-grandpappy of all steam engines. Created in the 1st century AD, this device was centuries ahead of its time. So, what exactly is this mysterious eerily? Picture a hollow metal sphere perched atop a cauldron of boiling water. Now, add 2 L-shaped tubes on opposite sides of the sphere, bent at right angles and pointing in opposite directions. As steam from the boiling water fills the sphere and escapes through these tubes, the whole contraption starts spinning faster than a politician's rhetoric during election season. Now you might be thinking, cool trick, Hero, but what's the big deal? Well, this spinning ball of steam was revolutionary in more ways than one. The eerily was the first documented device to convert thermal energy into mechanical work. In simpler terms, it was the first machine to harness the power of steam to make something move. This concept is the cornerstone of the entire Industrial Revolution, which wouldn't happen for another 1,700 years. But Hero wasn't just some ancient mad scientist tinkering in his workshop. This hero was the Einstein of his time, understanding principles of physics that wouldn't be formally described for centuries. The eerily demonstrated Newton's third law of motion. You know, the every action has an equal and opposite reaction thing. Over a millennium and a half before Sir Isaac was even a twinkle in his parents' eyes. All right, let us make the connections to our AI-driven present. You might be wondering, what does a spinning steam ball have to do with my smartphone's AI assistant? More than you might think. The eerily represents one of the earliest examples of humans harnessing energy to perform work, a concept that's central to all modern technology, including AI systems. Consider this. Current computers transform electrical energy into computational work, much like the eerily does when it comes to converting thermal energy into motion. Both systems take one form of energy and transform it into a useful output. It's the same principle, just with different forms of energy and work. Moreover, the eerily embodies the same spirit of innovation that drives AI research today. It represents humanity's eternal quest to understand and control the forces of nature, bending them to our will. From steam engines to neural networks, we're always looking for new ways to make the world work for us. But perhaps the most important lesson we can learn from the eerily is the value of seemingly impractical inventions. To Hero's contemporaries, this whirling steam ball probably seemed like nothing more than a novelty. They couldn't have imagined a world where steam power would drive massive engines, power factories, and revolutionize transportation. Similarly, many early AI experiments might have seemed like quirky academic exercises. Yet here we are, living in a world where AI is transforming everything from healthcare to entertainment. So the next time you're marveling at the latest AI breakthrough, spare a thought for Hero and his spinning steam sphere. The eerily stands as a testament to human ingenuity and a challenge to our imagination. It reminds us that every groundbreaking technology starts as a wild idea, a what-if that pushes the boundaries of what's possible. In the grand tapestry of human innovation, the eerily isn't just an ancient curiosity. It's a bridge connecting us to our inventive ancestors, a reminder that the seeds of our most advanced technologies were planted millennia ago. And who knows? Maybe in another 2,000 years, people will look back at our AI systems with the same sense of wonder we feel when we contemplate Hero's whirling, steaming marvel. Number 2. Automated irrigation systems in ancient Mesopotamia. We're about to take a wild ride back to ancient Mesopotamia, where the OG smart home developers were busy creating automated irrigation systems that would make your smart sprinklers look like child's play. Think of this. Around 6000 BC, the Mesopotamians were busy transforming the arid regions between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers into an agricultural wonderland, while the majority of humanity is still learning which end of a stick to use for hunting. The shocking thing is that they were not merely filling in ditches and crossing their fingers. How disappointing to learn that these prehistoric inventors were developing automated systems capable of rivaling Silicon Valley in the present era. At the heart of their ingenious setup were water clocks and sluice gates, the ancient equivalents of timers and valves in today's smart irrigation systems. These devices work together to control water flow with precision that's simply mind-boggling for their time. Farmers could program these systems to release water at specific intervals, ensuring their crops got just the right amount of hydration without wasting a drop. But it gets even cooler. The Mesopotamians also developed a network of canals and levees that could automatically redistribute water based on the needs of different areas. It's like they had a primitive version of AI analyzing soil moisture levels and adjusting water distribution accordingly. These ancient automated irrigation systems weren't just clever, they were game changers. They allowed the Mesopotamians to transform their harsh environment into the Fertile Crescent, the birthplace of agriculture as we know it. Talk about working smarter, not harder. Number 1. Ancient Indian mechanical devices. Grab your tea and settle in for a surreal voyage through the mechanical marvels of ancient India. While the rest of the world was still figuring out how to sharpen sticks, Indian scholars were dreaming up gadgets that would make James Bond's Q branch green with envy. Let's kick things off with the Arthashastra, a text so ahead of its time it might as well have been written by time travelers. This ancient Indian treatise wasn't just about politics and economics, it was also a treasure trove of mechanical wonders. We're talking about devices that would make even Tony Stark raise an eyebrow. But the real star of this ancient tech show is Bhaskaracharya, or Bhaskara II, a 12th century mathematician and astronomer who moonlighted as the Iron Man of his time. This guy wasn't content with just crunching numbers, he was busy designing mechanical birds that could fly, automated chariots that moved without horses, and water clocks that would put your smartphone's alarm to shame. Imagine rolling up to the Gupta Empire's version of the Met Gala in a self-driving chariot while a mechanical peacock fans you with its tail. That's the kind of swag we're dealing with here, people. These weren't just party tricks, though. The principles behind these inventions laid the groundwork for modern robotics and AI. The automated chariots showcased early forms of programmable movement, while the mechanical birds demonstrated an understanding of biomechanics that we're still trying to perfect in modern drones. And let's not forget the water clocks. These weren't your run-of-the-mill hourglasses. We're talking about sophisticated devices that could measure time with surprising accuracy, using the steady flow of water to mark the passing hours. It's like having a liquid smartwatch on your wrist. We are coming to an end here today. Thanks for watching. And for such top listing videos, subscribe to our channel.